Hello, Instagram and YouTube. Welcome to Wednesday and another episode of Wonder Fair Home Shopping right here in downtown Lawrence, Kansas. Friends, I almost missed the show today. Thank goodness Nikita arrived in a timely fashion because I was cleaning my feelings.
Clean them away.
I was cleaning my feelings. It's good because our wrapping and shipping desk had gotten really chaotic. And
oh yeah, looking nice over there.
yeah. So I was cleaning my feelings because yesterday I was nauseous and I continue to be because elections.
Local elections.
In election, just a quick recap. Total results aren't in yet because of mail-in ballots. They have 2 more days they can even arrive at the post office before results are known. But I would say I shouldn't be feeling so badly because most of the folks we supported have obtained office.
Yeah, it was, sometimes you can't win them all.
No.
Even though you want to win them all. And anyway, the big news, though.
Let's say the good news.
Start with the good news. Okay. Well, good news.
Barbara Boyer was a kind of a shoo-in, so we're excited that didn't get weird.
No problem there.
Next down the line, Michelle De La Isla was also basically a shoo-in, and very excited for that race. I think she has a really good shot.
I think so.
Although running against Jake LaTurner. Is Jake LaTurner the one who, what's he right now, Secretary of State?
I think he's treasurer right now.
I can't remember who he ran against. Anyway, he seems fine. He kind of looks like a little...
He's not fine. He's like a 35-year-old Republican.
Sorry. I just saying, I feel like he's going to be a challenge to beat.
Yeah.
But I think Michelle De La Isla has a chance. Going down the line, super excited about Christina Hasswood.
Yeah.
Slayed the competition.
Really great race there. That's District 10 for state legislature.
Yeah.
She's 26 years old and will be only the 3rd Native American in our state legislature.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She demolished awesome. her opponents.
That's true. And that was voter turnout, I think, for some of the further down ticket races that also propelled races up the ballot. So really excited. Shannon Portillo is a clear winner, and District 3 is the Democrat. She will have a Republican challenger in November. We are keeping our fingers crossed about Shannon Reed for District 2.
Shannon Reed is so close. There's like 100 and I think last I checked 117 votes or something between Shannon Reed and Nancy Thelman, the incumbent.
I'm just gonna have to say it, Paul.
Go ahead, say it.
People, we try to explain. The 3rd person on the ticket's a spoiler, and we know it's hard to hear. And we like our election system to be perfect. We don't have ranked choice yet.
You've got to get that ranked choice
3rd
voting.
person running, if you know that you're not the strongest candidate, you got to make some room. Because you might have made it so Nancy Thelman's commissioner again.
Oof.
For the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th year in a row.
Well, not the end of the story here yet. We still have more ballots to be received, but we're really pulling for Shannon Reed here.
It's so
in
close.
District 2.
It's 100 votes apart. That's so few votes.
Out of there's probably
10,000
8,000, 10,000 votes in that race.
There's no runoff elections in Kansas, apparently, so even if it's close, it won't matter. But, maybe we can have a write-in campaign and just hope for the best.
Okay, now on to bummer news. Well, no, there's one more bright spot. Jay Armbruster for sheriff.
Wow, I was shocked.
I gotta say, I was pretty shocked, too. He seemed like a real underdog there. But coming out with a quite decisive victory over Doug Woods in 2nd place. Armbruster really clobbered the field there.
Part of what made my final decision, apart from there were a lot of reasons I had trouble deciding, but I was just seeing more Armbruster signs in people's yards than Flory signs. So it's I better try to vote with the mass. Because the alternative is it's probably Doug Woods anyway. And hey, that strategy kind of worked.
Armbruster, yeah. Not a perfect candidate by any stretch, but we're excited to see how that'll shake down.
Imagining that the imperfect world you live in is going to produce a perfect candidate is pretty magical thinking, folks.
There you go.
We're all imperfect, and we just have to choose those amongst us who we think are going to work the hardest to create a future where no one as shitty as us exists. Because we're not all that great, but we're doing our best. Some of us are doing. It's hard to do your best.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to move on from that.
The real bummer, though, district attorney.
I can't listen about it.
Suzanne Valdez, I don't know. I didn't think that. I thought she was a third place finish at best. I don't know where all this support came from. A Republican running as a Democrat. I think, did people vote for her thinking she's a progressive candidate? That would probably be a mistake. She very ardently says she's a Bob Dole style Republican running in a Democratic primary.
Who supports the Blue Lives Matter movement.
Is that true?
Blue Lives Matter, a meme she shared.
Get out of town, really?
I can't make this stuff up.
So that's just wholly disappointing, I think.
People aren't born blue. Except that one guy in Guardians of the Galaxy, he was blue, and he's my favorite character in Guardians of the Galaxy.
The blue guy?
Yeah, the one, he's green.
We're getting into territory we don't know much about, which is superhero movies.
Yeah, I don't know anything. There's also a raccoon.
I like that raccoon. He's good.
Everyone loves a raccoon.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, everyone's charming in that, but that Chris guy, who's the lead human-looking one, he turned out to be a real stinker. You know what I'm saying?
Is that true?
Yeah, he's a real weird. He became the kind of evangelical Christian who's sort of anti-gay.
Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I liked him so much in that TV show I liked.
Luckily here in Lawrence, we have a lot of religious coalitions who are so awesome, and they do great work. So much respect to the Justice Ticket, who did such great work, and to Justice Matters. They're not related. They're separate organizations. But Justice Matters, a religious organization. They're really branching out, though. And I feel like, they brought a lot of people to the polls. I don't know that everyone who came out to the polls from Justice Matters voted the same way we did, but
no. Well,
anyway, we should probably celebrate our victories.
I think
Jay Armbruster.
And you know what? I think that there's, I haven't seen the reporting on it yet, but I think a lot of the folks who are running as write-ins for precinct committee positions, I think that was a really successful local campaign. So that's pretty exciting too. We don't know for sure because they don't have the names posted yet, but we were seeing, I think write-in folks needed 5 votes.
I think they all won.
Did they all win? That's great. I don't, there was a lot of votes being written in, so we can presume that was in support of this write-in campaign, but we don't know for sure yet.
So anyway, I don't want to be, I want to try to find a way to feel like optimistic because that is a more effective way to keep going forward. And so regardless of what happens in county commission races, we just got to really show up in November, make sure 2 out of the 3 county commissioners are and committed to ending mass incarceration and all of the racist systems that created that problem in our community. And what that's going to take is probably calling Suzanne Valdez's office every week being like, are you making any progress on keeping people out of prison? I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be a challenge.
Maybe she'll be okay.
Yeah.
She seems pretty law and order oriented. Guys, authoritarianism ain't it.
Yeah.
Those leaders, you don't even know where they got their ideas. I'm having kind of a weird day.
I think, we were texting a friend last night. Meredith put it best, where Suzanne Valdez seemed to think the problem with the system was Charles Branson, and that's not true. The problem with the system is the system. And that's why we were so excited for Cooper Overstreet's campaign, because he was dedicated to changing the system in the ways that he could.
So I should listen to my own advice. And what I truly feel is there's not one person currently in office who's the cause of all the problems. So not winning one office isn't a sign that it's either saved or not saved. It's still a ton of work all through. And rather than be exhausted by that, we should be excited because that means everybody can pick their own thing to work on and work on it really passionately and meet up at the end of the next 2 years and see how we did. I said 2 years.
2 years.
just to
Let's
give
hope
us
we get
extra
there.
time.
I mean, let's hope we get there. We got November 1st.
This piece of paper I was anxiously ripping up.
Hey, tech update
okay.
for the folks watching on Instagram. I just cannot figure out why our Instagram video gets squashed like this. If anybody knows why, send me a message. It looks terrible, and I apologize, but I have no idea what's going on there.
I'm really worried that it's because one time I sort of dropped the iPad. Remember that?
Ooh, yeah, I do.
A while
but
ago?
I don't think so. Sometimes it starts fine, and then it squashes
Squishes
down.
us.
It seems like an Instagram problem to me. But I don't know. I just tried updating the OS. Maybe I'll delete the app and re-download
If it's
it or
all a
something.
simulation, you know that game you play as a child where you like squish people in the street between your fingers?
Oh, yeah.
And make them small. Maybe that's happening to us. From like the person
Zuckerberg,
who's...
you think Zuckerberg's squishing us down?
No, there's like a Nintendo game where kids like watch people in the simulation that is people living in an internet-based age. It's like several hundred years in the future, but they've recreated the year 2020 for us to live through again, and we're in it. And they're just squishing our tiny bodies.
I'm just showing the folks on YouTube what I'm talking about here. See how we're squished? Thanks, Zuck.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we don't have time to talk about
Let's get Nikita on the
simulation
show.
anymore, because we got to talk to Nikita about the universe, which may or may not be real. But you got to believe in something. So, Nikita and Mafidon station her to the stars. Paul, are you getting a chair to move the... Way to go. Paul's just gonna... We need a little height assistance to get our safety screen lower, but I will do the lemony fresh wipe. All right. Still smells nice. Not sick of it yet. Okay. Thank you, Paul. Nikita, join us.
So much lemon.
Ugh, so
Love it.
good.
Love the lemon.
Have I told you my mask hack?
No. Oh god.
Mm.
Falling.
Yeah.
It's fine.
After the farmer's market on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
where someone gave me a sprig of mint, I just stuffed that sprig of mint right in my mask, fresh,
Yes.
and it smelled amazing all day and really lifted my mood.
That's
So,
incredible.
Put
Yeah,
a,
mint is good for mood these
put a
days.
whole plant in your mask.
I'm just gonna start putting as much stuff as possible inside of my mask.
Just see what happens. I saw someone on the internet talk about how you could basically use it as like a secret feed bag where you could just like snack
Oh
through
my
a
god.
bunch of Cheerios all
Everyone
day at
is
work.
thinking.
It's a
Everybody
pretty good
has
idea.
good brain thoughts, and I love that for them.
I wonder what could be happening in the universe that's making all of our brains work so well.
My brain is working at its peak right now. so I have so many negative Chris Pratt thoughts. Like I just have to like
Would you
just
like
say
to-
that out loud, right?
Would you like to share any in specific, or is that like just more of general?
I just think that he sucks a lot. And specifically there was that time where like everyone talked about how his church was super homophobic, and his response was like, they supported me as a divorced man, and that means they are not homophobic. I was like, what?
Oh, a straight divorced man.
The straight divorced man is really, that's the proof
plight
that
of
you
the
need.
straight
Yeah.
divorced
Just to make it more salacious, because I think a lot of Wonder Fair followers are not as up on the popular culture as you and I clearly are. Chris Pratt did divorce his nice wife, Anna, who seems fun and cool,
Fair. She seems awesome.
in order to marry Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter. Am I correct on that? I believe I'm correct.
That is
on
correct,
that.
and
Those are facts.
it is the facts. And Anna Faris seems awesome. House Bunny is a really good movie.
Yeah. And you know what? Divorce is not a bad thing. It's often a good thing.
No.
We're just specifically saying homophobia is a bad thing.
I don't like homophobia,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna say it. That's my hot take of the day.
And I don't know anything about Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter. She might
I don't know.
be
She could be
fine.
cool. I guess I don't
It's
know.
just kind of weird.
It's just a weird fact, and I'm like fine with all of that stuff, I guess. But
Except the homophobia.
I don't like the homophobia aspect of it, where he was like being divorced and straight and being prosecuted is the same as homophobia. You get discriminated against in the same way.
Yeah. People just thought you were probably kind of a bad husband. That was all was happening there.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Meanwhile, the
Big bad
blue guy in
feelings.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Love that guy.
Someone told us his name.
What is his
it
name?
was Someone said
Does that mean like
Yondu? That's it. Yondu.
Yondu? Isn't there the plant dude in those movies
Oh,
named
the
Groot?
plant dude, Groot.
I think
So
Groot
cute.
is the name. Very, very cute.
Is that your fave?
Not
That's my
problematic.
absolute
Nice.
fave. My non-problematic fave is Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
As far as we know, it's cool, but you know, we're not gonna
That's my idol,
stand by-
everybody.
we're not gonna die on these hills.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna die on that hill.
You are?
Groot.
For
I'm gonna
Guardians
die
of the
for Groot.
Galaxy? I'm pretty sure the guy that makes those movies also sucks.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
What? I mean, I'll show up at your
I think
funeral.
I've only half seen one of the movies. So
Oh, no.
I could not tell you that I actually
don't
would
even
die on
know
that
how it
hill.
is?
I don't really do much of superhero movies, but
That's
that one
fair.
like sort of appealed to me because space, but and like plant friend,
Mhm.
and then I was like, do I want to watch it? Not really.
That's fair. What are
I
your
only
favorite
watched the
kind of
Spider-Man
movies,
ones.
Nikita? I don't know this because we only talk about the trash TV we watch.
We literally only talk about Too Hot to Handle, so
that show's bad.
God, it was so good and horrible. What movies do I watch? I watch mostly documentaries. This is like really sad
That's
news
really
about
cute.
me,
No,
but
it's cute. People like it.
yeah, I like to learn things, I guess. And then I watch some comedies, I guess, occasionally. I
think
watch like
you like
90s
real life.
comedies. I just prefer yes, but
Yeah.
I do love like I watch Clueless like once a month probably.
So exciting when Clueless
Um,
came back to Netflix.
Yeah, that really changed the game for me. Frances Ha is now on Netflix, and that's one of my favorite movies. Good
Nice.
coming of age film.
Movie picks from Nikita for y'all. Watch
Yeah.
Frances Ha. I
What?
gotta do that still.
You should watch Frances Ha. I think you would enjoy it.
Well, that is a good summary of the reality stuff you can deal with on your Netflix. What's happening up there, Nikita?
Oh
I know we had our big full moon on Monday.
Yeah, things
What
are
else
wild.
is going on?
So the full moon in Aquarius was kind of the biggest thing we're coming off of right now,
Mhm.
which is like a cool time. Maybe that's why our thoughts have been better. Aquarius is like very innovative, very forward thinking, very like progressive. And so that's really cool. Right now the moon is in Pisces now. It just switched into Pisces, which I don't really know what to make of that. Pisces is just very emotional. We're back to emotion.
Oh.
It is very dreamy. So maybe like, I don't know, maybe if your dreams have been interesting lately, that might be,
Yeah.
this is the time period. I dreamt about a bunch of dogs last night. It was really exciting.
Interesting. It was like a cute dream?
Yeah, it was very
Oh,
cute.
neat.
I met this very amazing pit bull. Pit bulls are one of my favorite dogs.
Wow.
So yeah, that's kind of cool. It seems like a Pisces win for me.
Mhm.
And
Respect.
yeah, so that's where the moon is currently on the 11th. So pretty soon is going to be the last quarter moon or third quarter moon, which I was kind of trying to figure out what that might mean because I kind of just follow like new moon, full moon, and I kind of was like, I wonder what about like those in between phases, like what can I really do with that energy? It's going to be in Taurus, which is an earth sign, practical, very self-indulgent, very authoritative, very cool sign. And the third quarter or the last quarter is often linked to like just release and maybe like finding the root cause of certain blocks in your life.
Oh, good.
To prep for the new moon, because the full moon is sort of like the culmination of what the last kind of moon phase has been coming up to. And so in this period afterwards, basically every source that I found was kind of just discussing how this period is a good time to then like take the time to release a lot of things and prep to like set intentions for that new moon that's coming up on the 18th. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I just found some stuff that said that the last quarter specifically is good for like finding like root causes, which I think is really an interesting way to think about that. Because
I
gotta figure out what's going on
a lot
there.
of that.
Yeah.
For all y'all, I mean, plants are really popular now. So I know
Love
most
plants.
of you out there knowing roots are very important, and you got to worry about root rot. Are your
Oh,
roots rotten?
Not
gotta
good. If the foundation
check
is not good,
that
then
Out.
the rest of it is not gonna flourish.
Yes.
So it's important to figure out what's going on at the root, everybody.
Mhm.
That's a beautiful way to visualize that.
Or we can't have plants anymore.
No more plants? If you don't figure out your root cause
We gotta
on the
figure out
11th,
ways-
we take away your
I gotta get everyone on board somehow. There needs to be. I mean,
There's
I
gotta
don't
be real
usually
consequences.
Sticking the carrots, not usually my deal. I'm more like carrots all day. But if we have to take away their plants, I guess.
I don't think we should. That's so
Okay,
mean.
we won't take away their plants. I was trying to be a
Um,
Taurus.
Yeah, that's very Taurus of you. Look
Thank
at you
you.
embracing
I'm
your
caving
moon.
in immediately. I don't want to do it. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, you're like, actually, the Cancer part of me says, I can't do that.
I just really love them.
Yeah, they're sweet babies. They didn't do anything wrong, you know?
And this is the good point.
Yeah. Other cool universe stuff. Mercury is currently in Leo.
Ooh, I like that.
Mercury stays in a sign for about 2 weeks, it
Mhm.
seems. And I think Mercury being in Leo during Leo season is kind of fun because Mercury is all about communication. And Leo is like, ask for what you want, you know, embrace opportunity, be authoritative.
Is
And
there
I
something
love
you
that.
want to ask for? Sorry to put you on the spot.
That was really, that's really on the spot. I was like, what do I want to ask for? Boba Cola from Coca-Cola, please.
Nikita, next
That's what
week,
I'm asking
where
for.
I'm writing it down.
Letters. Write it down. I just remembered just in this moment.
I only remember on Wednesday.
Yeah, I only remember when I'm sitting here. I'm like, wait a
Mhm.
minute. Boba Cola.
Boba. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I'm going to ask for what I want, and that is Boba Cola as the thing. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay. And I think it's also really cool. Yesterday, I pull cards every day, like tarot cards. And yesterday, I pulled the King of Wands, which
Oh.
is the Wands suit is actually linked to fire signs, which Leo is a fire sign. And the King of Wands is all about asking for what you want and knowing that you should be able to take on that opportunity that you look for. So that was kind of an interesting little universe push.
You pull so many
Um,
wands.
I pull a lot of wands, especially lately, and it's Leo season, so I guess that makes sense.
Super cool.
Pretty cool. The last thing that I want to talk about was on August 15th, Uranus goes into retrograde, also in Taurus. Everything's going into Taurus
Oh,
for a
boy.
minute. Uranus is known as the Awakener. It's all about like, yeah, it's a very intense title. It gets like the most extreme. It sounds like, I don't even know. It's
Okay.
very
I'm
ominous
making a note of
sounding.
that.
It rules Aquarius. So they're kind of connected, but it's all about innovation and just like upsetting systems. And so in retrograde, that means that it's just going to be like a time to like kind of question like what you want and why you want it, and just like what that means for you. So it's just kind of cool because Uranus is all about just like disrupting systems and questioning those systems. So that's just a fun little thing that's coming up.
That sounds cool. I
in a
mean,
few days.
mostly astrology is always telling you, like, hey, be working on yourself. Whoops.
Yeah, that's a very important part of it.
So
Knock down.
sometimes more successfully than others, sometimes more emotionally than others. I knocked down a can,
Oh, I can.
but it's fine. I think it was empty.
Oh, okay.
We're
That's
cool.
fine.
I guess, okay, we got something to sort of look forward to, I guess.
Got Boba Cola to look
15th,
forward
we got
to.
Boba Cola next Wednesday. We're gonna do it.
Uh-huh.
That would be like, oh, I can't do dates. This is like the
It
11th,
is. What's today?
the 5th,
Yeah, and it's.
6th,
Is
12th.
that the 12th or the 11th?
I don't
know.
Sorry, everyone.
I don't
It's
know how days work,
definitely the
everybody.
11th or 12th.
It's one of those two, which is kind of cool.
We used our whole brains up. Me, in my case, being anxious about things I cannot currently change.
Yeah,
Like this
I don't
minute.
love that.
So I'm just gonna keep listening to podcasts the rest of the day and trying to clean my feelings. Nikita, how
That
about what's
seems
on your
really
list?
good.
You matched your
Um,
eyeliner and your pom pom earrings.
I did.
Way to
It
go.
felt like the time. It felt like the day.
Mm.
Felt like the energy.
I agree.
Um,
You made the right choice.
So that was really how the day started. I got very just like overwhelmed earlier, so I was like, pink eyeliner.
Cool.
um,
That's a really good strategy.
just buy everything, and then and now I'm here, and then I'm gonna go put some books in bags and maybe talk about books for a while.
Oh, do you get to talk about the books? You mean like to people on the phone?
I'm on the phone, but I also talk to my coworkers about the books that we see a lot. Because what else do you do when you're just surrounded by them?
It's really hard to ignore them.
It's pretty hard to ignore them, and also I get so excited. I see a lot of books that I want to read.
I think it's awesome that you read so much.
Thanks.
Good for
I
you.
try to read. I haven't finished a book in a minute, but
That's okay.
I have been reading bits and pieces of like 6 different books. So that's Leo energy for you. Just committing to new things and never finishing them. I'll finish them eventually.
I don't know if finishing is always the most. People love the dopamine rush of a good finishing something, but
Mhm.
sometimes your time is precious and it's a finite resource.
Yeah.
So, whatever feels right and is best for the universe. Sparkle. That's my universe sparkle fade out.
Oh, cute.
Where, I mean, we have a little bit of time if we needed it, but I also feel like
If you need it.
we've got just like a lot in here. We already told people about Chris Pratt, and they probably got to sit with that.
Yeah, everybody needs to sit with their Chris Pratt feelings.
Sorry
I know he seems like the
yeah.
fun guy from Parks and Rec, but in life he's not great.
He's just an average to below average dude you'd meet. Paul's giggling over there. You feel like we're being unfair to Chris Pratt?
No, I don't care about Chris Pratt.
He doesn't care about it.
You don't care about Chris Pratt?
That's all I got. That's all I got, Nikita.
That's all I got too.
Dave was happy to see you today.
Oh, he's so cute. How's his Leo season going since he's a Leo?
Yeah, I feel like Dave's having a really good Leo season. I divorced him from the plant he kept trying to eat, which now has to live on my porch. So he's been doing better because he's not hurting himself by trying to eat the plant that looks like grass that was poison to him.
Very, very good for him. That's a good change. He's
got him
finding the
some-
root cause.
Yeah,
of those
we found the
problems.
root cause of that problem. It was grass addiction. So I got him wheatgrass, which he can eat as much as he wants. And that's been going good for him. He's got a new favorite chair.
That's
He's
so
been
exciting.
snoozing it up in there. Mulberry's still enjoying the pink poof.
She's still enjoying her pink
Wow.
poof.
Once she committed to the pink poof, she was really like, this is my spot.
She's like, I am set.
I respect it a lot.
Yeah, she's pretty ready for it. She still likes to just like lay down next to the curtain right by like my little like balcony window thing and just look out there. That's a good spot for her. But she's been embracing more lately than usual. I don't know why she was like not that into it before, even though it's like a way bigger window than the one she usually sits in. But
It was hot.
she's trying out new
It was
stuff.
hot as heck.
That's true.
By the windows everywhere. And now it's nice out, everyone. If you're not in Lawrence, Kansas, you should visit. Actually, don't be
Please
traveling.
don't come here.
traveling. But come in your mind palace to Lawrence, where the weather is okay and the COVID numbers are
That's the Lawrence one. The weather's okay. COVID numbers are
they're not
great,
horrifying,
but they're also not the worst.
but they're also like, we could be doing better.
We definitely could be doing better. I'm talking to all y'all I see sitting at restaurants right now.
You don't need to go to the restaurant.
You can just
They'll bring their
grab
food to
the
you.
food, or they can bring it to you.
Yeah.
Those are both two cool options.
pop in.
You pop in with the mask,
Yeah.
grab it, you get out within a few minutes.
You pop out. You can go dressed up as your favorite food that you're getting from them and give the employees a thrill. Go as a hot dog to pick up some hot dog.
This is
And
the
then when
fun
you get
trend
there,
we
you're
should
like
try.
horrified, like, what are you doing? No, I don't know. I'm not gonna like that. But don't shame them because you're about to eat those hot dogs. I just can't think of many other costumes that are also.
That's kind of like auto cannibalism, right?
Yeah.
Not
I think
cannibalism if you just show up as a hot dog to eat hot dogs.
cow costume. I mean, just like you could probably just go as like cover yourself in lettuce
well, that's fun.
and show up kind of like a shambling, like a Yeti, but lettuce. A Letty.
Yeah. Like you gotta.
Anyway, if you just need an excuse, like if what you miss is the fun and like length of time it takes to eat out and have a social time, spend that time with your person you're dining with, creating an elaborate costume to go and pick up the food and eat it in the park.
Yeah.
And then everyone will be smiling at you.
I'd be smiling.
I'd be smiling.
I see someone as a lettuce yeti, a letty. I'm gonna smile a lot. Yeah.
They'd be taking pics of you. They'd be like, they're so blurry. This is just stupid. Anyway, that's what we got.
We're smiling. We're like,
I know, totally. I do kind of want to go out to eat with you now. We'll have
That's
Boba
lettuce,
Cola,
yeah.
and we'll get Sonic.
Yes.
Just throwing it out. I mean, we try to eat locally, but sometimes you just need
Sometimes you need a creamery lemonade.
Nikita needs those weird drinks. And
Yeah, I need
chili
those.
cheese dogs is what I recall.
I eat chili
tots?
cheese tots.
Tots,
mostly
chili
from
cheese
Sonic.
tots.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna keep eating the corn dogs, even though I know they're bad. They're not good tasting, and I keep buying them.
They're so convenient though.
They're so convenient. Popcorn chicken, though.
They got some good popcorn chicken. The mod sticks. You're like, wow, you really pulled that right out of that freezer and just put it.
Those
and
mod
just fried it,
sticks. There's only one place making mozzarella sticks in the world, probably, right? And they're just shipping them everywhere.
I think so. Yeah, I am here to purchase those.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm also here to purchase those. If anybody knows of anybody making homemade mozzarella sticks, tell them they're wasting their time because it's already been perfected. by a
There's
giant
one place that will provide it to you.
I'm kidding. I would eat the homemade mozzarella sticks.
If I had an air fryer, I would just be making those babies.
Do you think it's they're breading and frying string cheese? I guess they probably have like a
Yeah.
mozzarella stick method.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Well, if it doesn't work out for us as a stationary store, we will be a mozzarella stick test tasting facility. So we're
I
doing
like that
okay as a
direction for
stationary
you.
store.
Yeah.
I think we'll stick with it. Okay, Nikita, I guess we gotta go to work.
Yeah, we got it.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Nikita will see you
I will
next
see you
week,
next
the
Wednesday.
11th or 12th.
Yes.
We never confirmed.
We'll
that,
never
and
know.
we never will.